What's up, my peeps? The best Supercard player currently in a King of the Ring, checking in with another video. And as you can see right now, the qualifying rounds are over for the subscribers to King of the Ring, and here are other people that qualified. So hold on a second, I'm trying to scroll, but for some reason, alright, there we go. So now it's scrolled, and these are the people that didn't qualify, and these are the guys that did qualify. So congrats to all of you that did qualify, and for those of you that didn't, maybe next time. And actually, some of the guys that didn't, I'm thinking are bots. Like, for instance, Grifo right here and Caden. I don't know. I didn't hear anything from them in the chat. So they might be, they might not be, whatever. It doesn't matter. Anyways, King of the Ring aside, let's go ahead and play some Ring to Glory. Did I say Ring to Glory? I just combined Ring Domination with Road to Glory. I meant to say Road to Glory. So, let's go ahead and play a match here against Squirrel. I think I promised you guys that I would give you guys some Road to Glory gameplay in the last video, I think. If I didn't, well, here's some Road to Glory anyways. So, what's it gonna be first? Doesn't matter, because we're gonna win this. Okay, let's go. I'm just going with random cards. I'm not using my support cards here. I've got 2 speed support cards for the entire deck. Not using them yet. There's no need to. Just winning matches by just putting in some random cards in there. So let's just put this guy right here. And I don't have any cards to train right now, so I'm not picking and choosing which cards to use if it's like a toughness match or a power match or whatever. Alright, so next match, tag team, just go with these 2, even though they don't match. Doesn't matter, because we're still early on in the Road to Glory. Right now, like, at this point, I haven't used any title matches. Like, I have used title matches, but I haven't gone out and, you know, used credits to get some title matches. I've just used the ones that I've gone through just playing and pulling randomly. Alright, so solo match, we'll just go with Brock, and okay, so we're facing, we're starting to face off against legendary cards right now. And actually, in a match I played earlier, I faced off against an Epic Pro card, or actually 2 of them. But usually the decks with the Epic Pros will have like lower tier cards for the rest of their decks. So alright, there we go. Round 4 of 4. Let's just go with Sardis on this one, and we're facing off against Sheamus. And then we're gonna go with Seth Rollins here versus Bray Wyatt. And then I don't know what it's gonna be. Whatever. Hope it's a tag team match so we can end this. Okay, it's not a tag team match, solo match. So, Finn versus Seth Rollins. Man, Balor's like one of the worst Survivor cards. At least, like when it comes to my Balor, I like my other support cards, or not support cards. Both my John Cena and Seth Rollins Survivor card beat him in, I think, every single stat. So, the only stat Finn Balor beats one of my Survivor cards in is my John Cena card in speed. But that's about it. Seth Rollins beats him in everything. John Cena beats him in everything except for speed. Okay, so let's just go. We got 1 title match out of this, and that's it. Kind of wish we got 2, but it's okay. Alright, so we're going to use this title match right now, and we're about to get this Ultra Rare Ryback card. So, where are you guys at, by the way, in the Road to Glory right now? Are you in the Ultra Rare card, Super Rare, or Epic? Maybe you finished it already. Let me know in the comments. Okay, so what's it gonna be? Power and Charisma. We go with Bray against Kevin Owens. Bray currently is my weakest card when it comes to my Road to Glory deck. He's the only single legendary card that I'm using in this setup. Everything else is either Epic Pro, Survivor, or, I'm not including the Divas, by the way, because all of my Divas, apart from Charlotte, in my Road to Glory deck are single legendaries. But I'm talking when it comes to the Superstars, my weakest one is Bray, because he's the only single legendary superstar in there. The rest is legendary pros, epic pros, and yeah, that's about it. Oh yeah, and some Survivor ones. Okay, so toughness Brock versus Triple H, and who really thinks Brock is gonna face off against Triple H at WrestleMania? I mean, come on now, it's not gonna happen. So don't expect me for the prediction game to go ahead and say I think Brock is going to win the match at Fastlane and move on to face off against Triple H. That's not the case. Okay, and let's go with Booker T and Ryback. They've already faced off. They faced off at WrestleMania, what was it, 20? No, it wasn't 27, it was 28, right? No, it was 28 or 29. 28 or 29? I think it was 29. Yeah, I think it was. Was it? Yeah, it was 29. Because after that, he went on to beat The Undertaker at 30. Okay, so I doubt Brock would face him. Like, there's no chance. And anyways, round 4, let's just go with, okay, it's a tag team. Let's go with whatever, I don't know, Dean and Roman Reigns. Honestly, they should have set it up where Dean and Roman Reigns can actually tag up and get a boost. Because Dean and Roman Reigns do tag up a lot. So I don't see why one of them has to be a yellow triangle, the other has to be a right blue triangle. Make them, like, you know, opposite triangles but the same color so they can get a boost, because that actually makes sense. Like, I would expect Kane and The Undertaker to be able to tag up and get a boost out of it. I would also expect Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose. Alright, there we go. We got Ryback, the big guy. Okay, moving on. And I think they should do that with pretty much every, like, known tag team or established tag team. They should be, you know, opposite triangles or whatever so they can get a tag team boost. Okay, so moving on. Now we're playing for The Miz, the Moneymaker. Hold on a second. Winning on Network. Let's go. Okay, there we go. Let's face off against Jeff. So what's it going to be? Tag Team Charisma. We're going to go with these two. And now we're still facing off against Legendaries and Ultra Rares, or in this case, Ultra Rare Pro. I don't know when we're going to start facing off against more Epic Pros, but I'm happy with the way it is now. So, as long as I can face off against Ultra Rare Pros, go ahead and give me some Ultra Rare Pros and some Super Rare Pros. The longer I go without reaching the wall, the better, of course. Okay, what's going to be next? Tag team. We're going to go with the only 2 superstars that we can use right now, facing off against Booker and John Cena. Okay, and then Charlotte with Natalya. No boost, but we still get this one, of course. And there we go. And let's go, moving on, round 3 or 4. Lately, I've been thinking about Supercard Season 3. And I don't know. I've been thinking about that. I'm like, you know what sucks is, like, I may be happy right now when I'm getting good cards, but then eventually they're gonna come out with Season 3, and we're gonna have to restart all over again. And we're gonna have to. I don't know if they were gonna go ahead and make the Fusion Chamber once again to go ahead and put in some of your Season 2 cards into Season 3. So I don't know. Yeah, it might be too soon to talk about that because they still haven't even added WrestleMania tier yet. So, yeah, it might be too soon to talk about that, but I don't know. It just crossed my mind lately, so yeah. Okay, what round is this? 2 or 3? I know this is match 3. Okay, and okay, so it's round 4. So, I thought we were in 2 or 3. We actually ended the match right there. Alright, so 10 points out of, what is it, 165 for The Miz. Miz does not give me a pro, so I'm really not getting any pros out of all the cards in this Road to Glory. Even though I said there's a lot of Stardust out there, I have a pro Stardust, but I don't have a third Stardust to make a second pro out of it. So this Stardust card, I'm just going to get him because he's in my way to get Neville anyways. So let's go ahead and face off against Warzone. What about you guys? Are you guys getting any pros out of this one, like The Miz or maybe Neville? That'd be good if you're in the Survivor tier and you get a pro out of that. Really, I'm closing in on the Survivor tier, and I'm hoping, like, I'm going right now. I'm gonna go after pretty much all the Survivor cards that I can in these events, so that once I do get my Survivor freebie, then maybe like the possibility of me getting a pro is higher because I've got more Survivor cards. So I'm hoping that my freebie ends up being a pro, and if it's not a pro, hopefully it's, I don't know. Like, I wouldn't mind a support card, to be honest, but maybe a Diva? I don't know. It depends on if I get a Legendary Pro Diva. Thing is, I actually need a Legendary Pro Diva right now to move on or move ahead to the Survivor tier. Without a Legendary Pro Diva, I don't think I can make it with an Epic Pro. I really don't. Okay, so tag team, we're going to go with these two. And we're facing off against a Legendary that's not leveled up. And is that an Epic Pro Daniel Bryan? I didn't get to see it, but either Epic or Epic Pro, I don't know. Okay, so we're at round 3 or 4. We're going to go with the big guy against Triple H, who is the daily login bonus for this month, not a pro for me, but it's another upwards yellow triangle. And I think we might just start seeing a lot of Triple H Legendary Pros. Whenever there's a login bonus, whenever people get the Legendary login bonus, that's when you really start to see a lot of that Legendary Pro out there. Especially if they gave that Legendary Pro out in an event, just like they are right here in this Road to Glory. But even before this Road to Glory, man, there were so many Stardust I'd run into, and I know after this Road to Glory, we're gonna run into even more Stardust cards. So, alright, let's go with this and this. I know I got my first Stardust card from a pack opening, and then I got the second one from the daily login bonus. So when it comes to the other people, I don't know, they might have gotten it through a pack opening, or was Stardust a part of an event before this Road to Glory? Let me know, because I forget about that. He might have been, because, I don't know, that might explain why there's so many of them out there. Okay, and, oh, title match, cool. Alright, and Roman Reigns. So we got a title match, so let's just play this match right here with a title match. That should put us at 25 out of 165. And yeah, after this, like after these setup bouts, I might go ahead and start, you know, using some title matches, just to speed things up a bit, and just to ensure that I do get Neville. Instead of waiting at the very last moment to go ahead and use the title matches to get them, and then maybe run the risk of me, I don't know, oversleeping or running out of time to get Neville. And I'm just getting Neville right here just to, actually for two reasons. One, to replace the Bray Wyatt card in my Road to Glory deck, the single legendary one, and also in case I get like Neville as my Survivor Pro, because lately I've been seeing so many people like not participating in the events and then getting one of the cards in that event as like a freebie or a pull or something like that. So if they had participated in that event, then they would have gotten a pro out of that card, but they didn't, so they missed out on a pro. Like even members on my team, somebody got Bubba as a Survivor freebie, which of course Bubba was in the Ring Domination. And so if he had participated in the Ring Domination and gotten Bubba, then his Survivor freebie would have been a pro. And then also on top of that, I saw, I think, 2 or 3 people getting Kofi Kingston recently, but they didn't get Kofi Kingston from the Ring Domination. So a lot of people missed out on a pro Kofi Kingston. He's not the best card out there, but that's still an extra pro. That Legendary Pro, of course, is going to be better than an Epic Pro or whatever. It's an Epic Pro, or it's a Legendary or Survivor that you can replace with a Legendary Pro, even though he's not one of the better ones. Okay, so Stardust and Roman Reigns. And since he's not one of the better ones, what I did with my Kofi Kingston is I made sure that nobody beat him in speed. I even made him higher in speed than Seth Rollins is. And honestly, in real life, I don't know if Kofi Kingston is quicker than Seth Rollins. Or at least, you know, on WWE TV, like, I wouldn't give Kofi Kingston more speed than Seth Rollins just off of the moves that he performs in the ring. Just off of that. I'm not basing it off of them, you know, I don't know, running a sprint against each other in real life or something like that. I'm just basing it off what they do in the ring. Okay. But, you know, sometimes, like, I like to make, when I'm using tokens and everything, I like to make my cards realistic, or, you know, like the real life counterparts. So I wouldn't give, I don't know, Kane a lot of toughness just because, well, actually I might, because the Kane cards aren't that great. So I would go ahead and boost up the stat that could actually boost up enough to where nobody else can beat him in that stat. But like, I wouldn't give The Miz a ton of power, because he doesn't have a ton of power. You know, he's not like this powerhouse or built as a powerhouse in real life. Kofi Kingston, the card is really good, or not really good, but his 2 highest stats are toughness and speed. I don't understand that. Like, why are they giving Kofi Kingston high toughness? You know, or it's his 2nd highest stat. I would give him charisma as his 2nd highest stat. So what I did here, I mean, it might have been more advantageous for me to go ahead and use the tokens in toughness, but Part of me wants to keep the cards kind of realistic, so what I did is, as you can see right here, his speed is really high. It's higher than my Seth Rollins card by just a little bit, and when it comes to charisma, I made it higher than his toughness. Just because I feel he's not a superstar that stands out as having a lot of toughness. Usually one finisher does it for Kofi Kingston, or one signature move. It doesn't usually it doesn't need to be a finisher to take out Kofi Kingston. And yeah, I just wanted to have Kofi at least beat Seth Rollins in one stat, and so I made sure for him to beat Seth Rollins at least in speed, because I know even if I had focused on toughness or whatever, he probably wouldn't beat Seth Rollins in toughness. And yeah, that's about it. So we play the Ring to Glory again. Road to Glory matches. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and with that said, I'm out. See you guys.